he built this empire. He was seen as this golden boy, and he was seen as being different because it appeared that he wasn't very flashy. Give us a sense of who he is.
Yeah, he was always that guy who seemed so human. He seemed like he was a friend. He always was there to help people. He was a humanitarian, and that's what we thought about him. But looking like that may not be the case any longer, and this may have been premeditated for some time. So we're gonna find that out. But he was the poster child. He built something amazing from 2018 to 2020, the second largest exchange for cryptocurrency in the world, with the best technology out there. But we're just starting to learn as of the last few days. There's some pretty interesting things that were going on in the background, including his general counsel being formerly an employee or the general counsel of another company that got into some serious hot water for in the poker space, online poker space, where they had this God account where they would see the players' cards and then front run them and make them lose money, and that was a huge problem. Why would he, with all the ultimate resources in the world, hire someone who's been through that sort of stuff before? And there's been talk about that his partner in starting this, his name was Gary Wang. He supposedly has built a back door where this has been going on for a while, where they've been taking client funds and moving them to other places, whether it was for their own purposes, whether it was for their own trading. But it's really interesting to know that he donated so much money, I should say,
Hmm.
to so many different places out there. And he just seemed like he was doing the right thing. And he never cared about the money, or at least that's what he said. So
Yeah.
comes as a complete surprise to everybody. I've said that twice now or three times, and we're still reeling from it. We don't know where it goes on. Even for me, someone who understands what's going on, I look back and I ask people around me, do you think he really did that? Or this is a misconception, something else went on that we
Yeah.
just don't know about yet? It's crazy.
It is, and we know now. There's a criminal investigation. Any guess what this could mean for him?
As of this morning, the DOJ, the Attorney General of New York, SEC, everybody's looking into this, and they're so far reaching, touching so many currencies in so many countries. We don't know what's going to happen. They filed Chapter 11 in the U.S., Chapter 15 in the Bahamas. We're yet to see what's going to happen, but this is all around regulation, and it has to come back to that, and that's the
Yeah.
discussion to be had moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do want to talk about regulation. Justin, though, I can imagine you've been bombarded with lots of calls, and Coinsmart is a crypto trading platform. How's this affected you?
Um, well, we wanted to get ahead of it. First of all, we had no material effect with them or funds with them. So something that we got away unscathed as a company. So we're really appreciative of that. That comes down to what we can and can't do with our money and our resources because of our regulatory status. So we're happy about that. Um, we went straight out there when we announced to people, we told them why they should be using a Canadian exchange, whether it's ours or others, because of the regulatory regime that we have here now. And what we've seen actually is, which is crazy to me, an increase in volume, but not a decrease in assets under management. So people haven't been coming to take their money off the platform. They've actually been coming in this downtrodden market to buy more because they see this as a blip in the road and maybe the bottom after something crazy happening. And we can continue to build a great market and move forward. So for us, it's an education process, which is what we're all about today. But nothing really negative that I can talk to at this point because of the processes and things we have in place.
Okay. Um, I know we're looking at something like 1 million creditors here, right? Lots and lots of people are affected. You did mention this. So there is a chance that some of them could get their money back.
Yeah, I think the fact is that all the creditors are going to get something back, whether that's 10 cents on the dollar or 100 cents on the dollar. We don't know. From good sources, they say it's between 40 and 55 cents. But we're not talking about just like you and me as individual investors having their. This is the Ontario Pension
Pension.
Fund.
Yeah. I mean, they
Yeah.
had a very small amount, but definitely making
Well,
headlines.
a small amount for them, but
Yeah.
still $96
$95 million.
million.
dollars. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's still a lot of money.
Yeah.
On top of that, you had the biggest hedge funds and VC firms like Sequoia. You've had other people that they went to bail out. We heard BlockFi, they had to turn off withdrawals and they have to file again now for bankruptcy because they can't do anything more. They had money at FTX held there. They had their line of credit that they were drawing against, so they don't have access to actually do what they're doing. So this is going to have long tail ripple effects. But what it's going to do is strengthen the market with the right players doing the right things.
Yeah.
Not how I would have liked to see it done, but it's a catalyst.